What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome back to the channel if you've watched the videos before. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. We are currently building a massive garage so I can mod my car, do some bits to cars as well as my bikes. On the channel for the last like 12 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, I'm not sure, I've had pretty heavily focused mountain bike garage. I wanted to extend that garage to like the size of a car, to have a car in it easily. So I've made a massive garage and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I wanted to say thanks to everyone that's been commenting with ideas, build help. Without your guys' help, I seriously wouldn't be where I'm at with the garage build. So wanted to remind you can get a free snapback cap on OWNA right now with every single order that you order on the store. I also wanted to say this video has been the craziest video because I had to move so much stuff that weighed way more than me. So like the posts and stuff was so heavy. It was so hard to make the vid and move the posts. So I hope you're happy with the video and I hope you're enjoying the garage build. Thanks for the support. Enjoy the vid. Welcome back to the video. Hope you had a great weekend and you're enjoying half your week. Day 6 of the garage build today. And as you can see, the roof is up fully. Still waiting on the posts for the front, so we haven't finished the front of the roof at all. We haven't even made a start on the front of the garage. It is stiffening up massively with the boards at the back and the joists in. But it's still obviously a bit flexible at the front because there's nothing joining the front wall, so that will stiffen up at a later date. Still, it's pretty solid, like, you can't move it. It's good. Now, in the last video that you watched, I put the joists in. And today, basically today, I've put these noggins in with the leftovers of what was left after cutting them off. And that stiffened it up massively. That was shout out to a YouTube subscriber who put in that basically the joists will bow over time and shift and stuff to put these in. So I'm glad that I read that comment. I'm glad that I got that done. So that's all gravy, all ready to go. The roof's nice and solid, ready for 18mm tongue and groove boards. I've started by boarding the back. I never actually filmed this because it was quite overwhelming, I just did it. I started at the back by putting in fact, you know what, let's go behind and I'll show you. Officially behind the build, we've chopped the top off. So this is fully done all the way up to the top where the joists are. It's pretty solid. It needs a lot more screws. I've only put a couple of base screws in it at the moment, but I want smaller screws than this because they're kind of excessive for boards. They're alright if they go into the 100mm way of the timber, but if they go into the 45mm way, they pop out. What I did with this was obviously my DPM goes up on the inside, stapled to my timber frame, and I've put a floorboard, temporary, on the floor here, loaded the boards on, screwed them on and removed the floorboard. And what this does, it creates like a gap so that no rising damp or rising vapour can like destroy my boards at all. So they're pretty weatherproofed, raised, screwed and squared on the edges. It's coming together, it's good, it's good. I'm starting the side walls now. I'm out and about, I'm in the R. Bucket seat life, pretty sick. And I've been for vent free, which is like a membrane that goes over the OSB board. If you've never been to the channel before, I'm building a garage in my garden for my bikes and my car. I've got a Mark 7 Golf R and I've got loads of mountain bikes, BMX bikes, etc. And basically there's a lot and I need a sick garage, so I'm in the process at the moment of building a pretty crazy garage. We're hopefully going to have a weather tight room in, I would say, about a week, because I've got to put a front wall on still out of 6x6 posts. I'm going into tool station now to get a chalk line. That's something I don't have, but I need a chalk line because I'm going to put all my boards on, bolt upright, and then chalk line it front to back and just run a circular along it for ease. So that's what I'm doing today, basically. We will see how it goes. I hope you're enjoying the garage build. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas, suggestions, tips, bike build ideas, bike riding ideas, garage build ideas, inside storage, external ideas, cladding options, roofing options, rubber roof options, anything you can think of to do with the garage, let me know in the comments below and I'll be hyped to get involved. So yeah, see you at home where I'm going to start boarding this thing. Come. Ready. Watch. Watch. Hey. Yeah, good boy. Now, I'm gonna board the walls only up to here though. Today, I'm gonna cut the top and then I'm gonna membrane this corner. These are performance sick. Basically, I'm quite surprised how good this actually is. Impact driver, always gonna be good. Alright mate. Impact driver's always gonna be sick, but I've been quite surprised how good this has been. This is like a combi drill that come free with this. Well, you could say free, but they were like a package. But I actually drilled my concrete screws with this all the way round, so I'm quite surprised. And it kind of pulls as hard as the impact without the noise. So I've been kind of using this as much as this, but this is the beast. But I'm into the DeWalt tools, and I actually got these as well. Check them out. What concrete on his nose? I got these as well, like a mixed pack of DeWalt heads. I'm not a builder, I'm not a joiner. I've built ramps, that's it. Built one shed. Built kind of half a summer house once upon a time, like 5 years ago. And this is my biggest build I've ever done, biggest DIY project. And it seems to be escalating quite well. Everything's sturdy. My joists. My joist is solid, so good. So it's going well, I'm happy, everything's on track. I'm gonna get these boards done on this side and I'll be right back. Okay, so check it out. Right now, I've got this like sort of temporary membrane on the inside because my roof boards and my rubber for my roof don't come for about a day or two. So as you can see, it's looking pretty, not insulated, but weatherproofed for a couple of days because the OSB boards, I don't want them to get like super wet. I know they can be rained on once or twice, but really, if I end up taking a few days to do the roof, because I've still got to do the front wall before I can do the roof, at least for now, they're getting a bit of weather protection, as you can see. Looks pretty nuts. I'm going to spin the camera around, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've done since the last clip. Okay, as you can see, all the OSB boards are on. You can sort of see them in there, behind the joists. They're all on, all the way around. All the way around, so we've got no gaps at all. There's OSB. All the way on the outside for the external boarding. Now, I don't normally OSB board a summer house or a shed or anything. The only reason I've done it is just for the extra stability, just with it being a bit of a beast. I've then done perma-vent all the way down the outside. This is nuts, this stuff. It's like an ultra strong version, so no vapour gets through it at all, as you can see. The water just beads off it. And just will help before I put my battens on. There was a little bit of confusion on my damp proofing last time in the videos, but basically, see at the bottom here, quite a few people said to me that I should have left this. Quite a few people said to me that I should have left this flat on the back and the OSB on the inside of here, but basically instead of doing that, I actually raised the OSB off the ground all the way along, as you can see, so no moisture can transfer from the concrete base into the OSB board. And then basically the way I thought about it is, if the water then broke through this barrier and ran down the boards, it wouldn't land on the inside of my damp proof course. It would actually make its way off into the concrete and then off the sides. Kind of complex to understand, but basically I raised the boards and then I didn't have to put them on the inside, and it gives me actually like a triple layer of waterproofing and weatherproofing. So I've ordered 18mm tongue and groove boards for the roof, one full seamless sheet of rubber, which is pretty sick. You just put it down with glue and then tack it in on the sides. Such a better alternative for roofs and any type of roofing and stuff, just to weather seal everything. Just the rubber roofs literally non-comparable in my opinion. So that's what I'm going for on the roof of this thing. As you can see right now, it's still fully open and exposed. Even though it doesn't look it from this angle, it is still exposed. Now, what next? So I've ordered that. I've ordered composite cladding for the outside, which is A1 fire rated, and it's also you don't have to treat it at all, so you don't have to do any maintenance to it at all. You just put it on and the water can live on it and there's no issues with it. You get something crazy like a 15-year guarantee with it, and it's got a 60-year life expectancy. How can they manage to calculate that? I don't know, but I'll trust them on it. So my cladding gets here tomorrow, my roof boards get here tomorrow, and my rubber roof gets here tomorrow. So basically it should be weather tight 2 days or 3 days from now, if I can build the front wall in the next day or so. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. Give us a like, get involved in the comments below underneath this video. Any ideas, tips, installation ideas, garage ideas, future content ideas for cars, bikes, so on. I'm on the way to get a hire van because, right, I'm going to keep this super simple. I bought some oak beams for the front of my garage, and I was going to put an oak beam around the garage doors, an oak beam around the metal doors. It was £550 including delivery for green oak in 3 metre lengths so that they can go above my garage doors. Now, basically they are like rock and horse turd. Right now, it's 3.6 metre lengths in 6x6 posts. Loads of places have got them listed online, so don't bother linking me, because loads of them, when I rang them, they were actually saying they source them and get you in. Even though it says it's in stock online, it's not actually in stock. I was on the phone for about 2.5 hours and I found one company who made them, sold them, and took me order and charged me £550 including delivery, which was like 4 hours away. And basically then when I called up and said, it's been 10 days, you promised me my posts in 10 days, they just were like, oh yeah, we'll have a look into your order. So I called them back again after that, and they'd let me down and they couldn't actually get hold of the posts. So I've moved off the oak to spruce, which is slightly cheaper wood, but I think it'll be more than enough for the garage build, seeing as everything else is in C16, C24. There'll be nothing wrong with 6x6 in normal timber. So I'm on the way to hire a van, drop the Golf off. I've got to move around quite a lot because I've got to pick the van up, go and get the wood, drop the wood off, drop the van back off. So I'll tune back in a minute when we're by the posts and I'll show you what I've got and what we're working with. I forgot to say, instead of £550 in this wood, they were only £160, which is so much better. In the rental van and we are on the way home. I've got my timbers in the back. I'm really excited because the visuals of the garage are going to be created by these timbers. Obviously with it being like a directly solid sort of structure in the garden, you don't see too much of the sides or the back. You only really see the front and the face, which is why I wanted to make the face of it look so sick. I wanted these big posts as a feature around the garage door and the shutter door, so that's where I'm at right now. I've been trying to get 6x6 posts for probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, every day, so I'm pretty happy to have them finally. And when I get home I'll show you them and I'll show you what I've got, and then I'm going to drop the van back off, get it out of my hair. I hate rental vans sat around your house, they do me head in to look at. So stay tuned, see you at home and I'll show you my 6x6 timber posts that I've got for around the doors. Alright, it's a fresh day. The perma vent is still on, temporary. As you can see, the wind clearly was not strong enough for the perma vent. I can't remember what I actually said in the last video, but basically my timbers are here, as you can see on the ground. Got a 6x6 post. They've got like these curved edges on them, so I'm going to cut them straight all the way across. Okay, so I'm about to cut my first 6x6 post. I've got all my posts here for the front of my garage. These are more of like a decorative post. Obviously they're all kind of shaped on the end, but I only need like 2 meters high on them instead of 2.4. That's what they come in at, so basically that much is waste anyway. So they're my posts. I've actually took delivery of my roof boards this morning as well, which are underneath here. They're 600 wide by 2.4 for the roof. Hopefully get something on the roof in the next few days. Just need some dry weather before I can hit the roof. So today I'm supposed to be getting a a rubber sheet for my roof, and I'm supposed to be getting concrete composite A1 fire rated cladding for the outside. So bear with me, I'm waiting on a few more bits today, but while I'm waiting for deliveries I've got to be in all day. I've smashed the owner orders all morning and it is now, let's have a look, 25 to 1, so I'm hoping that I can build the front wall right now whilst I'm waiting for my concrete cladding and my rubber roof sheet for there. I'm doing an EPDM for the roof, which is just one solid rubber layer that goes over the top, seamless, no joins, no nothing. You just board it, rubber it, glue it, done. That's what I'm going for. I'm going to do the roof myself. So I think that's pretty much it. We're going to get straight into building the front wall. I'll explain the front wall dead quick. Some of you may have seen in previous videos, this is quite a skinny little driveway, but my car does actually fit pretty neat down here. Even with this hose thing here, I've got it in plenty of times with the mirrors folded in all the way down here. So the concept of hanging my shutter on the back of a 6x6 is I want it as far over to the right as I can get it, which leaves this gap big enough that I can get a car in and hook it into a wide shutter door. So it's going to work. I've planned it all out, I've measured it all out. So I'm actually taking this 4x2 timber completely out today and I'm replacing it with the 6x6 with something above it as well. Obviously there's not as much pressure on the front of the roof because it's the end, so the front's going to be 4x2 above me decorative post in here. So just bear with me, it'll make sense in the end. Alright, so all my cladding just showed up. This is an A1 fire rated concrete composite cladding. Pretty crazy. 8mm thick, so it's not the thickest, but with the OSB board on the inside there, no fire rate, no fire issues or anything, and then I don't have to treat it for about 60 years. Apparently its life expectancy is, which is crazy. 60 years. Gives you a 15-year guarantee as well, so happy days. Let's see how it goes. The future is here. Concrete composite cladding. Pretty sick. I'm excited and I'm nervous. 100 lamps. Base mode. Alright, so I've chopped it. I'm using the square edge for the bottom. And that, right now, is going there. But before I put that there, I'm going to cut another one. So there are my 2 posts either side of my shutter. Alright, so both my 2 metre lengths are cut there for the height of the shutter. And I'm about to take this end piece of timber out right now, and basically that comes out and the 6x6 post goes in on one side. I'm then going to square that up so I know that it's totally square with the ground, then work my way to the right. Pretty much I think this is the best way at guaranteeing that it's going to be square. I'm going to do that post, then the other post, screw that into the ground and fix it to there, and then join them on at the right spacing. So stay tuned, getting there, getting somewhere. Okay, I'm powering on. It's super hard to explain where I'm at because unless you're like into your roller shutters, which I fully know the back end of right now. Roller shutter comes down on the back of this about 25mm wide in its guide rails here. So what I want is I want the roller shutter to be like on the back like this, of this. It uses about 25mm, but then the mountain brackets after that use about 100mm in all in. So it's 50mm and 25mm, so 75mm you need on the inside. This timber and this timber are in the way of all the mechanism and stuff to have it all the way across. And I know some people might be thinking, why don't you move this over a bit? Why don't you move that over a bit? But I want to keep the distance from here to my house as wide as possible because you never know what car you're going to buy next. Anyway, basically, the Golf R could be going wider. You never know, it might end up with a Liberty Walk wide arch kit on it. So for now, I'm keeping it as wide as I physically can. So I'm going to cut this off here, and I'm going to cut this off here. I'm going to build the front wall, and then I'm going to brace it to that at the top, leaving the maximum amount of space for the roller shutter, which still doesn't come for about 10 days. So bear with me, there's a bit more cutting to do, there's a bit more loading to do. I'll probably just check back in a minute when it's done. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you, let me think of a good word, astonished by my building skills as a biker. A lot of people asking me, was you in the building trade before this? No. Was you in the building trade before you became a global YouTube sensation? No. Just winging it off videos. I'm going to keep this sort of brief because it is raining pretty bad and my camera is unfortunately not waterproof. But as you can see, I've built all that end there and the doors are on with my posts. I didn't actually film any of this, and the reason why is because all the beams were just so heavy. I wanted to just focus on doing it, so I kind of just did it all off camera. And now I'm showing you. How I started out was I screwed this one in. I then got a measure to this one. I've screwed this one in. I braced this one to here, temporary. I then braced the outside one to that wall. I then braced this one with a timber from here all the way to that one, so it squared it up with a level on it to make sure it was totally level. I then loaded the top one on, built the roof up over the top, and then used this frame here to attach this side of the shutter door one. As you can see, my rubber roof has also landed today. Check that out. And basically, I think that looks insane. The doors are like 7.5 centimetres higher than the roller shutter. I'm not too bothered about that. It would have been nice if it was exactly the same height, but you know what? I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with it. It's all reinforced, it's all screwed in, so it's pretty solid. I'm going to just get, I think for here, some L brackets that go down the back here, and then screw it to the concrete about here and here to hold these two posts, and same for that one and the one at this end over here. So the next thing I've got to do, I've got to build my frame up here, all the way along, and then run my roof boards. So we are getting quite close now. All my stuff's wrapped. As you can see, it is absolutely throwing it down. So my concrete cladding is under there. My roof boards are under there. We're going to end it with a bit of a banger now. And this is what it's going to look like when you come in and you see the size of it. Not that hard to hang doors and stuff, but pretty smooth installation for a DIY job. I'm pretty happy with that. Last but not least, we put the doors in at the minimum that they can go in so that they're the tightest they can be. Such more security than the last garage build. Just way thicker, everything's a bit more solid. In here, I'm going to wood fill all of this. A little bit of a gap there where they didn't line up right. But yeah, I'm going to wood fill up there and then sand it all back and stain it a specific colour. And I've got to be putting some diagonals for aesthetics here. It's coming on, it's exactly where I want it to be. I'm pretty happy with it. I've got quite a bit to do on the front still. So yeah, next dry day I'm going to be out here going at it. It's super cold out. Really, really wet and windy and rainy. Don't forget, we have got a pretty crazy deal right now going on OWNA. You get a free snapback cap with every single OWNA order. Link is in the description. Tune back in for the next video where I'm hoping to be installing the roof, the cladding and the roller shutter door. Who knows how fast or how slow that'll be. But stay tuned, tune back in. I'll see you next time. Peace out.